please welcome Sam Neve. Who is Sam Neve, I hear you ask? Sam is a 3 times Emmy nominated writer, director, producer and editor. He lives in New York. He's a bigwig in the film industry.
So what's he doing on this show?
And his career highlight is coming into STV radio. Is that not right, Sam? Good morning.
That's it. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Now, basically, you're in Scotland, and you have been in Scotland for a good number of years, well, a couple of years anyway, filming the Partick Thistle documentary.
Correct.
It's called Partick Thistle, One Team in Glasgow. It's out tomorrow on the STV player, the whole lot of them.
Yeah.
First question, why? Why? 3 times Emmy nominated Sam.
I shouldn't have to tell you, surely. Why? Because this club's amazing. They're just amazing. So it all started, it was actually 2 years ago, almost to the week, that I came out here, and there were 2 guys, Donald McClymont, who's one of the investors in the club, and this guy, Charlie Westler, who, when you talk about bigwigs, and he really is a bigwig.
Has he not got an Oscar?
He does have an Oscar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a big. He produced all those movies. Something about Mary, Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he won something about Mary Hill was one of the titles of the newspaper headlines.
Brilliant.
And he got an Oscar for Green Book. Anyway, he had been approached by Donald. I don't know how they met, and I know Charlie a little bit, and he called me up and said, someone's trying to make this show about a team that you've never heard of, Partick Thistle. And I was like, I actually have heard of them because I spent some years in Edinburgh as a kid. And I said, yeah, I know. And I told him the Billy Connolly joke, the Partick Thistle nil joke. And he said, okay, you're the guy for the job, obviously. So he said, go over there and see if there's something to do. And I showed up. It was that first playoff game against Airdrie. And immediately I saw the people, I saw all the characters. I was like, okay, there's a story. It may not be a football story, but there's a story to be told.
And how many hours do you think you shot then in total?
Hundreds and hundreds of hours. We were talking about this last night. Hundreds and hundreds of hours. And we've ended up with 4 episodes, about 45 minutes each. So a lot doesn't make it in the show.
But that means the stuff that does make it is amazing. Tell us some of the highlights for you.
Well, first of all, the club was amazing. So I mean, when you say highlights, there's a lot of stuff that's in the show that I can't say because it's just all swearing. There's a lot of swearing.
No.
Can't get away with it. But so the club was really, really good. They opened their doors to us. They gave us full access. We were allowed in the dressing room. We were allowed in the boardroom. We were allowed in staff meetings. We hang out with the players. And then we also hang out, as you know, in Munn's, the beer garden behind the pub around the corner with the fans. And we got just an incredible mix of all these different characters of what is really, as you know, a community club.
It is a community club, it is, yeah. And the stories are not just the players, it's the people that follow them and the family connections that go back and things like that.
You have a line at the beginning of the show. You're in the show.
I made the cut.
You've made the cut.
Good.
You're great in it. And you have a line early on where you say it's Thistle. It's not about the football. It's about the people.
Yeah.
And if we wanted good football, we'd watch Real Madrid.
Well, that's interesting because you mentioned earlier on Dumb and Dumber, but you've got Scotland's very own Dumb and Dumber in this. You've got Ewen and Cat who feature in this. So why Ewen and Cat?
Well, so I came in from the outside, so I didn't know a lot of the people around here, and I didn't know quite. I knew a little bit about Glasgow's kind of the football world, and obviously the big 2 teams that dominate everything, but I didn't quite get the geography and the context of it all. And then when I was at the club, I was slowly introduced to people. So people like Cat and Ewan, Ray Bradshaw, Mary Black, all these people who kind of came out of the woodwork. We're Thistle fans, and we are part of this local community, and we do care about this club a great deal. And so I talked to all of them. We met with all of them. And then every now and again, when I would show up and do a thing, we'd come over to Cat and Ewan's studio and we'd do a little update, like, how are you feeling now? And of course, the thing about that season that we covered was that they were favourites to win it all. And of course, it doesn't quite go according to plan.
That's an understatement.
Never does. And was Cat any good? Was she?
She's brilliant. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. Watch the show and you'll see she's absolutely excellent.
Well, can I also ask, because he's not here today, Ewan. Is he incredibly annoying?
He's the perfect foil because he's constantly berating them. He's constantly saying how rubbish they are and that they're not going to do anything. And sometimes he's right. but it's good. It's great banter between the 2 of them. And Look, I think he says in the end of in the fourth one, he says, like, I don't think I'm going to come out very well in this documentary, actually.
Did you keep that
Yeah,
in?
that's in.
So it's very true to life.
Absolutely. Do you know, we're just talking though, it's the most Thistle thing ever, is that you did a documentary last
I
season,
know.
and this season we might actually get promoted.
You might.
How do you feel about that?
Listen, I said from the beginning to Donald, I was like, look, I think there's a story here. I think the story is about the people. I think it's about everything that we can do. And I can't control the football. And clearly you can't either. Like, nobody can. So we went into it knowing it could, the wheels could come off. And they kind of did at one point. You know, the manager got sacked and there was a lot of drama. So we did have a lot of drama to follow. What's sort of amazing is at the end of it, we were getting right to the end, and when there was a chance that they wouldn't make the playoffs, that's when I definitely thought, actually, we might not have a show.
Oh.
But they turn it around at the end, and there's a great, so it's a roller coaster. So you think they're going to do something, and Thistle, as you know, like, they don't perform at their best when there's pressure on them. So
Thanks. Just 2 more games to go, Sam.
I'm already seeing a sequel.
Emmy nominated 3 times. That's incredible.
that just means you've lost 3 times.
Oh, it does.
You know?
Flip the narrative.
Cat, you won a silver award once.
I did, yes.
Ewen
Radio.
loves to talk about
Yeah,
it.
we did.
Silver award.
No, we won a gold once as well.
Did you?
Back in the day. In fact, we actually won a New York Radio
There
Academy
you
Award
go. See?
for shows called Ewen and Cat, I think it was. I'm not entirely
I'm
sure.
even honoured to be in this studio this morning, surrounded by such greatness.
If you've just tuned in, Sam is the director of Partick Thistle, One Team in Glasgow, a new documentary that was covered last season, so not this season. It's out on STV Player tomorrow, all 4 episodes. Is it for other football fans and people that don't like football? Could you still enjoy it if you're not a Jags fan?
Listen, I showed it to some people in New York, and people in America, as you know, don't really like football very much. And the response that we've got overwhelmingly is, oh, I didn't think I'd like this. But actually, because it's not really about the football, it's about people. And it's about people who, I said this to someone yesterday, I was like, if you've ever cared about something too much, you probably will like this show, because it's about a bunch of people just desperate for something to happen, but knowing that it probably won't.
Yeah.
And so that feeling, all the time, and wanting to succeed, but knowing that you might not get there.
So is your next documentary on the Tartan Army at the World Cup?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, to be honest, it's easy to love teams like that because they don't have a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
They don't have this idea that, oh, we're supposed to win it, we're going to waltz in and do this. And so I think as a fan, that's who we're always want to root for the underdog. And that's what these guys are. So I find them very easy to love, actually.
Oh, and what are some of your favourite moments then? Is there any that you can pick out? Because there's high drama.
There's a lot of drama. So there's 2 ways to go about it. There's the stuff that happened that was, traumatic for people. Like, people lost their jobs, and there was stuff that was genuinely rough on the team, and we were there for all of it. So there was stuff that went on. And as I say, in the dressing room, something that I learned, having never been in a football dressing room, the intensity between everyone is so high. So they really will go at each other physically, verbally. They'll go at each other. And then the next morning at training, they're best friends again.
Absolutely fine.
And it's fine. And you couldn't really get away with that in any other way. Like, you guys couldn't fist fight here and then come back in the morning and be... Well, I don't know. Maybe you do.
My money's on me with this one, Mickey.
Yeah, I think she'd win. For sure.
Oh, absolutely. So what are you hoping to achieve with this documentary then?
I want people to see it, and I genuinely have a lot of hope for it. When you go into a project, you never know what it's really going to be, how it's going to come out, especially with a documentary where you're following and you just hope to be there and capture something. But I do think we captured something really special, and I just hope people get to see it. I think it turned out better than I thought it would. I'm genuinely proud of it.
Absolutely fantastic.
I'm going to be watching it, even if it's just to see you guys on it as well.
Yeah, you need to see if Ewan actually does make the cut, or you're just
He's
saying
in.
that.
He's in it. He's in it.
Definitely in it.
You just imagine all these New Yorkers going, he's annoying.
Listen, every panto needs a villain.
Exactly.
Listen, it's fantastic to see you, Sam. I know you're off. What's your next project? Is it?
We're doing something for Netflix. I can't really talk about it because they haven't announced it yet.
Oh,
but
go
it's,
something big for Netflix.
Something for Netflix.
I love that. Mary Hill bill to Netflix. That's life. And the premiere was great fun last night.
Amazing. It really did sum up. We had a premiere last night. We showed them actually showed them the last episode because I didn't want to traumatize them all with how it began, how the season starts. So I showed them the last episode. It's pretty harrowing for some of it. And what was lovely is just, obviously there was a bunch of people who helped make the show. It was nice to mark the event. But also the fans from like Robbie, who's like 13 years old, all the way up to Dennis McQuaid, like legend of 1971, like, all these guys and everyone in between. It was just a great evening, and they seemed to like, I don't know, they might have been being polite, but they seemed to get it, and they seemed to enjoy it.
Brilliant. And can we put it up for awards so you can be 4 times
please do.
nominated?
You just want to go to another award ceremony, Cat.
Absolutely. I'll go anywhere with a free glass of fizz at the start. Well, do you know what? It was lovely to take part in it.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best for it.
Thank
and if you're
you.
ever back in Scotland, well, you keep following Thistle, from afar.
I have all, because this year we haven't been following them on camera, but I've been watching. I listened to the Draw, Lose or Draw podcast. Like that's something. As I run around Prospect Park, I'm listening to those guys going, "Oh yeah, they're still worried about the same things."
That'll never change.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll never change. But we have 2 games. We might do it this year.
Listen, it would actually be the most Thistle thing for you guys to get promoted the year after somebody makes a documentary about it.